Hi, welcome to a new episode of Baatcheet with Cafemutual. Today we have Mr. Vikash Wadekar, Head Passives Funds, Axis MF. So, welcome, sir, to the session. And my first question to you would be that Axis Mutual Fund has recently launched a lot of passive funds. So, what do you think is the reason for this increased focus on passives?
Yeah. So thank you so much for inviting me today here. Thank you so much, Cafe Mutual. So passive, as I said, there are a lot of variety of investors and needs. Okay, if you look at some of the investors, like you also have a retail investors, which is the direct investors come through a digital platform. You have a fintech platform. You also have MFDs, IFAs who recommend sell. Wealth, family office is again a big space, and institutional as well. And we can't forget these stockbroker which are doing the secondary market transaction, right? And all this segment, and also we have RIS. All this segment we have different client base, right? And that's why you need to have a variety of products. The beauty about passive funds are, you can these are our building blocks. So suppose you want to, and when they're pure play, you know exactly if you're buying a large cap funds and nifty 50 or next 50, you know exactly what you are buying. If you buy a sector or thematic, you exactly know what are the stocks that you buy. Now this doesn't go with active fund. You don't know how when portfolio will change, right? So if you want to play a particular market swing through a broader market or through a sectorial call, that's where you need different products. It's not that we launch recently. It's been the last 1 year. There is a steady progress. Last couple of years we wanted to launch where we also gone into broader indices. We also gone into sectoral themes. Like we are the only AMC which has all the four sector themes, which is like consumption, IT, healthcare, and banking in ETF format. Same we'll be launching in index funds also. So there is a need. The whole answer is, there is a need for different markets players to have different products. And these are the building blocks. So those should be available for investors and advisor to recommend and use the client's portfolio.
So, Vikash, many people in India still don't understand mutual funds that well. So, in such a scenario, how do you think you'll convince them to buy passives, and what would be your strategy for the same?
Yeah. I don't completely agree. People don't know about mutual fund. People know about mutual fund. There are 4 crore investors already there in the market. Thanks to campaign run by AMFI, which is a mutual fund Sahi Hai, which has spread a lot of awareness, which has gone to the retail market, tier 2, tier 3 cities also. But now question arises here, when you want to choose, how do you choose? There are 500 plus equity schemes on the active side. And that question comes in the client's mind, where should I start from? Okay. So I know I have heard about mutual fund. I have know better. I know that these are good options to have in the portfolio. That's where you will have you can expect better return than the traditional investments. But where do I start? So that's where passive funds helps to address that issue. You can start with as simple as like a broader index like Nifty 50, Nifty 100, where you're actually buying a large cap piece or a complete large cap piece. Okay, a giant cap or large cap, Nifty 50, Nifty 100. And that's where you can start your investment journey, right? So passive funds helps you to take care of that decision paralysis, and to begin immediately with mutual funds. And then eventually when the investor has experience, as his portfolio grows, as his risk appetite grows, he can definitely look into the other mutual fund piece also within passive as well as active. Okay, so passive can become what you can say client acquisition tool. So clients can get onboarded through a passive fund, and then they can be routed through any other portfolio in the equity market.
And like recently, majority of funds, sectoral funds, are outperforming their benchmarks. So, in such a scenario, why do you think distributors should strongly recommend passive funds to their investors?
Okay. Now here there are two aspects. Not most of them have done better than index, because see what is happening is active space. There is already a challenge because there's a lot of big crowd which is happening. I'm talking on the broad base diversified equity funds. Okay. When it comes to thematic or when it comes to sectorial, it becomes further challenging because the universe is very small. If I talk about say banking and financial services, all put together, how many stocks you have? which are liquid stocks which can be part of your portfolio, not more than 50. Okay. Out of that, you will make a portfolio which is 15, 20, 30 stocks, right? And how do we expect them to outperform the broader market or the that particular sector, particular theme? So that's one. Second, when somebody says thematic, okay, that thematic definition for each ANC can be different. When I say healthcare is a thematic, or or I say consumption is thematic, I can add a lot of things which I, a fund manager, like or do not like in that theme. But passive, exactly when you're buying consumption, the it's defined. Okay, exact which stock you will be buying. Okay, so advisors can take advantage of that. So he knows this is the risk which I am adding in the client portfolio. These are the equity stocks which through passive funds I'll be adding in the portfolio. So we exactly know what he's doing. Okay, that's why I feel they can take benefit of passive funds in sector and thematic. Not that there are a lot of funds which are not available in this space, in active category, which can be launched in passive space. So there will be a lot of variety will be available. But yes, I agree. These products can be used by a professional advisor or a professional investor. He knows his risk appetite, and that otherwise for general investor, we recommend the broad-based index are good to start with, and then they can increase their risk appetite based on active or the additional different index funds also.
And like, what are some of the emerging themes that investors can invest when it comes to passives that actives are not offering?
Yeah, as I just mentioned, there are a lot of themes which can be launched on this platform, passive platform. Like consumption is again a big theme. Capital goods, it's a big theme. Infra through manufacturing, again a big theme, can be launched through passive. Then some of the sectors like real estate, there is no exposure. You will have some exposure through active strategies. In fact, passive also, you will there's a broad based exposure to a real estate index or defense for that matter. Such themes can be launched, and they are available in passive space. So that's one. Second, all these themes, if I talk to you about thematic, say healthcare or consumption, okay, or IT, all these sector funds have largely top or large cap biased. So these themes can be launched in mid and small as well. Okay, so of course I know it can be risky, but yes, there are a lot of advisors who feel that they can take call on the market by using these thematic indices. But currently, all thematic indices have large cap bias. When passive can launch in mid and small as well, which can be used, and that's where the maximum growth is happening. Okay, so that can be used by investors and advisor to add different flavors in the market through passive.
That's very well put, Vikashji. So thank you so much for your answers and for giving us the time. So this was it from this episode from Cafe Mutual, and we'll see you with another guest in the next one. Thank you.